and welcome to week 10 of my home life remodel. I can hardly believe that it's week 10, but it is, and the house finally looks like it. Had some really encouraging things that's happened this week, and some of the most encouraging things were that two neighbors came over and told me that they're blown away by the progress and the speed of the house. So that made me feel really good. I feel like we are the worst house on the block right now, the biggest eyesore. But people don't mind. They really respect what we're doing, and that's really great. Tuesday I took off because I did a lot of work at the Carroll County Fair last week. You may have noticed I did a lot of videos from the fair, and I wrote a blog every day, which took away time to be at the house. But anyway, so I took off Tuesday, and I know last week I was talking about how depressed I was at the state of the house, and as you may notice, it's looking better. So Dan and I were here working, and we decided to take care of the cleaning up. And it was a good thing we did, because all of the stuff that you see was dropped off by our drywall guy to get ready to start doing that next week. So this floor was a mess. We picked up all the wires and wrapped those. And if you come this way, you'll see the kitchen floor. We pulled up the resin paper that we had that was there to protect it during the demolition. We got that done weeks ago. So we decided that was over. It was ripped up, and you're just kind of stepping on chunks that were getting trapped under it anyway. So it looks a lot better. Vacuumed all around the edges. There was a lot of sawdust and stuff like that, and it just looks like a whole new place, kind of recharged. It's not so horrible to be here anymore. Even Eamon said that it makes him feel better to work here. So it's funny, when we first pulled up to the house, I was really scared. There was a gigantic truck out in front, and it looked like it was cutting down my front tree. I was really worried. Turns out it was the drywall people dropping off all their supplies. So that took a little bit of time. They were actually incredibly efficient, but check out the size of this machine. You would think they'd use these things to build those, 12-story high buildings, not just my house, but I guess it's still going to be a lot of drywall, so that's what we've got going on. Here is more evidence of the miraculous cleanup that Dan and I did together on Tuesday. Look inside this tub. It's almost ready for the bath. This room, virtually trash and junk free. And we continue the tour into the other bathroom, where you can actually see a floor. Little piping still working. Another tub that needs a wash, but it's getting there. Now here you can see where the air conditioning is, and here's a project that Dan accomplished on his own. You may not remember this, but this is where the steps to the second floor apartment used to go. They started right where that window was and went over and up. And that is where the door used to be with an awning over it. But we took that all down because it's silly to have a door to a walk-in closet. And to give you an idea of the size of the stairs, here's the awning, and this is all the wood that we took just from those stairs. So this has kind of been our dump pile until we have time to go to the landfill. But they were pretty immense. I'm sorry I missed it. So today is Wednesday, and Dan and I had another amazing day. We're the only ones that were here. Eamon, the electrician, has finished the basement still, but he got called off to do some emergency work. So Dan and I were here, and we had two inspectors come. The plumbing had already been done, as you may remember, and then today we had the electrical inspector come, walk through first and second floor. Everything was great, signed off. That's important because you can't start putting drywall up or doing the plaster repair until the electrical inspection work is signed off. And the second one we had was the framing inspection, which is part of the building inspection. And as you can see, there's a lot of framing that's exposed that he came in, and it went really well. We only have to do one last thing with putting some insulation in. Then we have a second inspection, and then the drywall can go up, at least on those walls that still needed some of the insulation. So great news today. Everything is getting better again. We have to put some insulation in still. That took a little longer because we had to order it, and it's getting dropped off this Friday. So that won't be in this week's cast, but it may be in the next one. And one of the smaller things that we wanted to get done was get this lawn taken care of. It looks awful. So you have a hard time doing stuff like that. You know, if the rest of the house looked like it has, then the lawn isn't as important. And if you're parking dumpsters and trucks and stuff on the lawn, it's hard to want to take care of it, or even find the time with all the other things that we're doing. So I have hired a young man named Jeremiah, who's from my church, and he's got a grass cutting business that he's been doing this summer, and he agreed to take care of us for us, even though, as you can see, it was quite out of control. So next week we hope to be able to show you about the insulation that we did. That'll be followed quickly by the drywall and plaster repair. That's really exciting. And maybe I'll be able to talk more about this historic tax credits program. So thanks a lot for watching. Turn back next Friday and enjoy the rest of your summer.